Hello. Now we're going to learn the same thing that we learned in the previous lesson, but we're going to learn it through using the terminal. We're going to use the terminal a few different times in this class, and we just want you to get a little comfortable with it. So if I take a look at this, my Raspberry Pi, I can minimize out of this. Now the terminal is this little black uh, prompt up there. If you hover over it, it'll say terminal. If we click on this, a little black box will pop up. Now, this box can control anything on our Raspberry Pi. In in the olden days of computing, this is what everybody used to run their computer. But recently we use these things called GUIs to make our lives a lot easier. Um, Now, the Raspberry Pi uh, uses these quite often. It's an easy way to access certain functions. Now, our first kind of programming things that we're going to do here is we're going to look at the files. Now, the Raspberry Pi has certain commands that it uses to see different things, and the terminal does. So if we typed in ls into this command, it will tell us all of the folders that are in the Raspberry Pi. Now, if we want to see what is in another folder, what we can do is we can change our directory, change our folder from being this one. If we hit CD and then now my name, because that's a file in there. Oh, I didn't have a dot there, so MRHIEV. And now you can see that it creates a path to this new folder. Now if I did ls here, it will tell me that I have one folder named chapter 1 and a program called first program in there. Now if I want to create a folder, it's mkdir, make directory. They call folders directories. And let's name this folder chapter 2. So once we get to chapter 2, we can have it. So if I click enter, now if I type in ls, you can see that there's, um, oh, I should have, this one actually created two folders, one named 2, one named chapter. Now let's try to make one that just says chapter 2. mkdir, if I wanted it to be chapter 2, I need an underscore. And so now if I type in ls, we have chapter 1, chapter 2, 2, and chapter. I can remove those other two programs, but um, hopefully you get the idea on how to use simple commands to make folders. To show that they're actually still there, we can click up here, go to my folder, and I have a folder named 2, chapter 1, and chapter 2. All right.